How's it going, everyone? This is Griever here, bringing you guys a One Piece discussion video. I know I don't do a whole lot of these, but the fact that I will be going on a road trip, not this weekend, of course, where we have multiple breaks from multiple series that I review, but the following weekend for Canada Day, I will be going on a 5-day road trip with my friends, so I'm going to miss out on some content, and this week is going to be lackluster for content because of... You know, of course, One Piece is on break, and I believe Seven Deadly Sins is on break, and there's I don't know about Shokugeki no Soma or My Hero Academia, but they could be on break too for all I know. So, that being said, I wanted to bring out at least a couple of different videos still surrounding the same series. So, this will be the One Piece one. I might do 2 of these because there's a few things I want to talk about, but just with the move and everything, guys, I'm just it's a little hectic right now. So, that being said, this discussion is going to be about Garp the hero. That's right, Garp. Monkey D. Garp. One of my favorite characters who, for some reason, in the community, and I talked about this in my reviews, why is he shit on? He gets shit on. Why? Well, I shouldn't say shit on. What I should say is, alright, so Garp was introduced very early on in the One Piece series, and he was always established as he's a vice admiral. He could have been an admiral if he wanted to. He's the hero of the Marines. He's strong as hell. He was the one who is considered the one to capture Roger, though Garp himself never states that himself. Like, he's considered a powerhouse. He's said in the same names as the admirals, the Yonko, the warlords. Garp's name comes up along with Sengoku. There's even a whole movie about him and Sengoku facing down Shiki. So, there's that. What I'd never understood is all of a sudden, somewhere along the lines, and I don't know when this happened, and this is basically a recap of what I said in my review, somewhere, all of a sudden, Garp's feats were fabricated. They were wrong. Sometime around the time skip, I think it was. And all of a sudden, Garp is not that strong. His feats and his history are all exaggerated. He's an old man now. It doesn't matter what he did in the past. He's not that strong anymore. Okay? Why? Whitebeard was old. Big Mom is old. Garp is old. Rayleigh is old. And the admirals are not spring chickens anymore either. So, I guess my question by saying this is, all of a sudden, why do we still say, oh yeah, Whitebeard was a beast, but he was dying and he was old? You know, but he was still a beast. You imagine him in his prime, oh my, he would have Marineford wouldn't have even been a challenge for prime Whitebeard, but now that he's sick and old, he's still a force, but that's the reason he died. Well, you don't give that credit to Garp, who's considered on the level of Roger, Whitebeard, that type of era. Okay? Then comes the fact that people say, okay, he's all of a sudden, remember, he could have been an admiral. Long before Aokiji, Akainu, as far as we know, and Kizaru became admirals, he was offered that position. Garp, this whole time, could have been an admiral. He chose not to. Multiple times, because he's a vice admiral, and he passed up on multiple promotions, meaning admiral. So, we're saying that all the admirals are stronger because he's a vice admiral. Well, the rank has nothing to do with it. It's like the warlord system. You think that, Buggy and Boa Hancock and them are on the same level as guys like Akuma and Mihawk? Like, what? No. So, all I'm trying to say is, guys, let's get to the crux of this video. The whole reason I'm making this video is because one of my favorite characters, one of the strongest Marines, and I will state that right now, one of the strongest Marines in the current Marines, is being taken for granted because everyone assumes, somehow people got into their heads that his title, a Hero of the Marines, came from his supposed capture of Roger. Okay, so he's the one who captured the Pirate King. Fine. But you got to remember, Garp was a Marine in that era. They still clashed, they still fought, they still did things. We don't know the details. And people's basis for this is Luffy Smoker. Luffy and Smoker fought multiple times, but right now Smoker is a vice admiral being given credit he does not deserve. He doesn't like it, but he doesn't, he's not on that level anymore. He's not nearly that strong. Okay, but why are you all of a sudden assuming everyone took this as a, okay, well that's what happened to Garp, because Roger turned himself in. Garp never actually defeated him, so... Like, whoa. Why are you... See, I never understood why the community decided that because this happened to Smoker, it had to have happened to Garp. Okay? What about Akainu? What about Mihawk? Mihawk's the world's strongest swordsman. Well, his title must not matter either then. Hero of the Marines doesn't matter because that was based on Roger, which we're going to get to that. But... and he never captured Roger, so clearly all the feats of Garp are under suspect and question, and he can't be that strong. Okay, Shanks is a Yonko. The Yonko title doesn't mean much. World's strongest swordsman. Forget it. Do you see where I'm going with this? Titles, all of a sudden, the one title that Garp has, all this stuff went to Garp. Nobody questions that Mihawk is a super badass. No one questions the power of any of the Yonko. Nobody questions the power of any of the three admirals. We haven't even seen Green Bull. But everyone's still putting him on what they call the de facto admiral level. But even though that Garp could have been an admiral long before Akainu, Kizaru, and Aokiji were on the scene, that apparently doesn't matter. So the crux of this video, as I already said, is because in one of the latest chapters, in Reverie, in the One Piece chapters in the 900s here, I believe it was 906 or 907. I think it was 906, not 100%. But the chapter where Garp shows up, it stated that because of this whole Kaido Big Mom thing, everyone was losing their shit. It was stated by other vice admirals that Garp got his title of Hero of the Marines when he fought, now this is under suspect, guys, but against Locks, I call them Locks, the Locks Pirates, or Locks, which is a crew or a fleet that had both Kaido and Big Mom. Now I want any of you to question their power. Right now. Question it. I'll sit here and wait. Because I'll sit here. This beard will get a lot longer. I'll get my ponytail back by the time you guys come up with an argument about how those two are considered weak. Now, Kaido and Big Mom on the same crew as partners, allies, whatever. Because a lot of people are saying the Big Mom Pirates were formed way before, back with Strusum and Big Mom when she was a child. No, it's just that was never actually officially stated. As far as I could find, I did a lot of research for this video, guys, and I could not find anything that stated that the Big Mom Pirates were formed at X date. It was just stated that Strusum and Big Mom, this is where they met, this is what happened, and this is how Big Mom went along her journey in her childhood years. It was stated she became a pirate soon after. That's as far as I could find. Not that the Big Mom Pirates were formed. So they could have easily been on the same crew, is my point. And let's go into the guys that Locks is either a captain of both Big Mom and Kaido were under, kind of like Whitebeard's fleet, or Locks is a pirate alliance and Big Mom and Kaido were part of it. Either way, Garp went toe-to-toe with them, and he gained the title of Hero of the Marines for preventing these people from taking over the globe. As Garp states, if they ever form up again, we're done. That's basically a nuclear weapon coming down against our missiles. We're done. Garp states this with a smile on his face, and they're like, why are you smirking so much? The point is that if they ever got back to whatever they were, and we don't know a whole lot about it, it's just one-off comments from these vice admirals. But this is where he got his title of Hero of the Marines. It's stated here. He got his title of Hero of the Marines before Roger was a thing. So when Roger turned himself in, Garp was already considered the hero of the Marines for something so grand that he gained this title. Before there was a pirate king, as far as we know. Or whoever was in his place. It could have been Locke's, I doubt it. But either way. So the feat that everyone claims that, oh, it's a smoker thing again, the promotion, he went toe-to-toe with Luffy many times, it doesn't matter anymore. You've all lost your argument. Because now, at this point, the hero of the Marines has gained all his titles before Roger's time. And then, after being a Vice Admiral, being hero of the Marines, facing down, clearly, Kaido, Big Mom, or at least people above them or their crews, and gaining this title because he managed to stop them, do whatever. That's all of Garp's accomplishments were done before the capture of Roger, before Roger turned himself in. Then, before Roger's capture, they went toe-to-toe. Right up to the point where he was Pirate King. So, you can make the argument, once again, you guys can make the argument, everyone can, is that it was a Luffy smoker thing. Garp and Roger. Sure. You can do that. But you have just as much basis for saying that as I have for saying no. You know, we don't actually know. I'll admit that. We don't actually know. But what we have found out is that what a lot of people base this on was the whole Hero of the Marines title, which we found out is from a totally different feat before Roger's time. And you guys are taking away, you're telling me that the Gorosei and Sengoku and Kong before him and all these people, and Garp would have had this reputation for over 50 years as Garp the Fist, hero of the Marines, strongest dude, passed up for Admiral. You're telling me that they would have let, like, you guys are acting as though Garp is Buggy, working his way up to be a warlord. You telling me that Garp would have, if Garp had accepted the promotion, he would have been a weak Admiral? That he would have not been on Admiral level because he didn't get up there by merit? Like, what? Like, I have been going through this, and I've just been trying to figure out why this happened. How did Garp, Monkey D. Garp, one of the funnest characters, a great character, how did he become the scapegoat for power level, power scaling? I don't understand. Like, age in the One Piece world works way different. You have to also remember that, guys. So, I just want to reiterate that Garp the Hero is still one of the strongest Marines. I would pit Garp against Akainu. Garp, during the Marineford War, if Sengoku had let Garp attack Akainu, Akainu would have died. Flat out, toe-to-toe, high diff. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying he walks over him, though that'd be badass. I'm going to benefit of the doubt that Akainu is still strong as shit, but I'm giving it to Garp, guys. Garp has been a Marine for longer, has more feats under his belt, was considered stronger. Akainu, at this point, could not have taken... Whitebeard floored this dude. A sick, dying Whitebeard with stab wounds still put Akainu into the ground with low diff. And Garp, Whitebeard, and Roger fought each other. Like, I'm not saying there were daily battles here. I'm saying that this shit was like, no. There's no evidence to say that Garp is so damn weak. Why do people keep saying that Garp is so weak? I'm here basically to defend my boy, the hero of the Marines, who gained his title by fighting two of the people. I mean, King of Lightning even stated that Big Mom would have won Marineford. I don't believe that's true. I believe that's wrong. But still, he made a great argument. He made a great discussion video on basing how the battle could have potentially went down. This is the same Big Mom. And the Kaido that has been hyped up to the max that Garp apparently managed to defeat? Okay, Prime Garp defeated prime, or we can assume that they have, well, it is stated that they have gotten stronger, so, but let's say younger Kaido and Big Mom, who might not have been as strong, sure, I'll grant you that. But this is the same Garp in his prime who defeated these people. Like, I'm sitting here, guys, this is more of a rant video, I understand, but I want someone to sit down and give me proper, concrete evidence that says that Garp's feats and accomplishments are fabricated. You know, that things like Alabasta and all the stuff was given like a Smoker character. That Garp is Smoker. I don't know where this comparison came from, but I hate it. Because Garp has done nothing. No one has said anything. There's been no evidence of this. No one has shown this. All we've ever heard of Garp is every time Garp shows up, he's done one more thing. He fought against Whitebeard. He fought against Roger. He's a hero of Marines. He could have been an admiral multiple times during his tenure as a Marine. He fought with the Locks Pirates, or Locks. A pirate or a pirate crew that was so great that it had both Kaido and Big Mom, two Yonko, under their flag. And somehow prevented them and gained the title of Hero of the Marines for preventing something that is apparently worse than Roger. Something that would nuke, the world government would be in shambles. It'd be bringing a gun to a nuke fight, according to Garp. So I just wanted to sit down with you guys for, how long? 15, 20 minutes here. And I'm not providing a whole lot of evidence. I'm not going through all the chapter citations and here's where this was said, here's where that was said. No, I'm just saying that in a couple of the latest chapters, we have confirmation that the Hero of the Marines title was not gained because of the falsified capture of Roger. So all of Garp's feats and all of Garp's titles, none of them include the surrender of Roger in them. That was just one more thing to add to an already... You have to understand, that's one trophy added to a wall of trophies. So if he won one trophy by default, okay, he turned himself into Garp of all people, because as Roger stated, you and I have tried to kill each other so many times, you're more like a friend than an enemy at this point. Okay, but if you have... I'm going to use a sports analogy here, guys, and I know you guys might hate this, but if you take a dude who has, like, Super Bowls, or Stanley Cups, or Grey Cups, whatever you want to use, Winston Cups, whatever you guys want to use, whatever sports analogy suits you, think of the World Championship. Now, I can sit here and explain how Tom Brady does not deserve every ring he has, but he's still an elite quarterback, and he still earned the majority of the trophies and accolades that Tom Brady has accomplished. He's earned. It's the same thing. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Jordan. These people are considered by some to be the greatest player of all time and have won many awards for this. Have they honestly deserved every single one of them? Maybe not, but you can't argue the majority. Nobody can. Nobody can say that Wayne Gretzky was not a fantastic hockey player. No one can say that Michael Jordan was not a great basketball player. You can't sit there and say that Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, great NASCAR drivers. You can argue if they're the best. And I'm not sitting here to say that Garp is the best Marine, that he's the strongest, that no Marine can defeat Garp, especially at this age. I'm not saying that. I think that right now, probably it would be a hard, once again, high diff fight. I'm just saying with the death of Ace, in a fight, guys, I don't care who you are, who's more pissed off, usually ends up getting up that one more time to win the day. That's how fights realistically work. One Piece works sort of on that tenure, I find, a lot of the time. The more pissed off Luffy is, the more times he stands back up. That's kind of how a real world fight does tend to work. Someone who's mad or someone who's... It's not always about who's the strongest necessarily in terms of power. Numbers on paper don't always add up to who's going to win every single time. So when I sit here and say that Garp is I'm not sitting here saying that Garp is the strong, like the best Marine, bar none, there's no contest. I'm sitting here saying, stop, everyone, stop putting Garp below the tier that he's on. He's the strongest Vice Admiral, period, and he is still, in my opinion, he is Admiral level. Garp is still one of the strongest characters the Marines have. That is fact. That is fact. We haven't even seen Garp actually seriously fight. Why? Because he hasn't had the need to. You know, and everyone takes that whole, he let Luffy punch him and he bled. Well, you know, so Squardo stabbed Whitebeard and he bled. Like, so why is no one toting about Whitebeard? Is Squardo so much stronger than Luffy? Versus, like, if you want to do that comparison, everyone's doing the Luffy Smoker comparison. Let's do the Whitebeard Squardo made Whitebeard bleed. Not hockeyed up, not nothing. Versus Garp, defenseless, let Luffy hit him. He bled a little bit. What's the difference? There's a huge gap in power. Whitebeard is a monster compared to Squardo. Garp was, at the time, a monster compared to Luffy. They both still bled, guys. Like, I don't understand this. I just don't. I want someone. Comment section down below, guys. This video has run for over 20 minutes. I didn't mean for it to be that long, especially since half of this has been rants and analogies, and I've been spotty all over the place. I'm not really used to doing these One Piece discussion videos and trying to keep them in a particular order of discussion. So I'll hopefully get better at this, guys, but I think I'll end it here. I think I'll just leave you guys with the thing that the Hero of the Marines thing, the reason for this video is once again because in some of the latest chapters we got the reveal that the Hero of the Marines title was given to Garp before the capture of Roger, the surrender of Roger, and Garp was already a badass long before, and stop shitting on Garp and taking away his feats. He did fight toe-to-toe with Roger. They probably were on the same level at the time. This was not a Luffy Smoker thing. I want people to stop using that as an excuse to say that Garp's an old man and weak as shit, because he's not. He's just not. That being said, guys, what did you think of the video? Tell me what you guys think of this whole thing in the comments below. When did this really happen? I would say at the time skip is when it really happened, but what do you guys think? When did the whole Garp hating or Garp's feats don't count thing really happen in the community? That being said, guys, like, subscribe, comment if you like the video. Of course, dislike the video. If you dislike the video, all I ask is that you tell me why in the comment section down below. That being said, guys, this has been Griever, your host as always, bringing you a One Piece discussion on Monkey D. Garp. Garp the Fist. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you next time.